All right, guys, we need to talk about the Artemis mission because it is just such a perfect example of people coming together to solve challenging problems. And it was your tax dollars that made it all happen. The United States of America is literally the only country that could make a mission like this possible on this particular timeline. We have the architecture, we've got the technology, we've got mission control, and probably most importantly, guys, we have the leadership framework to bring all of these moving pieces together to complete this mission. I mean, there was more than 61 nations that signed on to the Artemis Accords, which means we had participation from countries around the world to make this thing possible. And I know with politics, the way it currently is, it is just so frustrating that Donald Trump is allowed to suck every single molecule of oxygen out of the room, because even though this was a successful flight and this was something that many people paid attention to, if this little petty tyrant weren't in office, I think this could have been something that could bring even more people together, kind of like it did back in the 70s or the late 60s when they went to the moon for the first time. And so I really wanted to highlight this project, guys, because, I don't know, it is human ingenuity, it is the human spirit. There is just so much to love about this damn project. I mean, the more and more research that I did into Artemis II, the more and more I was impressed. So let's go ahead and take a look at just kind of a highlight reel of the Artemis II mission. I mean, it is a little long, guys, but I promise you it is worth it. If you guys do appreciate my work and want to support the show, please do remember to subscribe.
Taking their first steps outside for their historic test flight.
4 brave explorers ready to ride the most powerful rocket NASA has ever launched.
Reed, Victor, Christina, and Jeremy.
We are going for our families.
We are going for our teammates.
We are going for all humanity.
Engines lit. 4, 3, 2, 1. Booster ignition. And liftoff. The crew of Artemis II now bound for the moon.
Houston integrity, grade 2.
This is a test flight, and so every single system aboard Orion is getting tested by humans for the first time. That is Earth in the center of your screen from the Orion spacecraft, looking back at all of us.
Houston is go for TLS. With this bird to the moon, we do not leave Earth. We choose it.
The 4 of us have looked at this moon our entire lives, and the way we are responding to what we are seeing out the window, and it's just like we're a bunch of little kids up here, we cannot get enough of this.
That is something we have never seen before.
It's hard to wrap your mind around. Like, I mean that sincerely. It really bends your mind.
As we prepare to go out of radio communication, to all of you down there on Earth and around Earth, we love you from the moon.
And what a perfect place to pause it, guys. I mean, this crew was... They were the perfect people for this mission, guys. They were such an inspiring bunch, and they were all just radiating joy nearly every step of the way. And every time that they would communicate back to us here on Earth, they always had something positive and enlightening to say. I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better crew, guys. And the really cool part about this crew is not only was there somebody from Canada who came down as part of the crew, but it was the first woman and the first person of color to travel into deep space. This was the first time a woman leave low Earth orbit. And like I said, Jeremy Hansen, the guy from Canada, he's the first non-American to leave or go past low Earth orbit. So, guys, it is such an inspiring feat that this whole thing was. It shows you diversity. It shows you how cooperations between nations coming together, we can just really solve challenging problems and do really fucking cool things. I mean, there was just so much to love about this project, but let's continue.
Just seeing Tycho, there's mountains to the north, you can see Copernicus, Rainier Gamma. It's just everything from the training, but in 3 dimension and absolutely unbelievable.
Kathy Moonjoy. Superlative thumbs up.
We just went sci-fi.
I think there is enough for all. The purpose of humanity is joy and lifting one another up, creating together.
This is a whole bunch of nothing, this thing we call the universe. You have this oasis, this beautiful place that we get to exist together.
Well, I'll tell you, I mean, after ignition, to me, the moment that I'm going to be most excited for is splashdown. There's no question about that. Good shoots coming down off the West Coast.
And there go the first series of parachutes.
And Houston, we're visual 2 drones out the window.
Main chute deployed.
You guys, how cool is it? I found this particular fact really fascinating. When they crash into our atmosphere and travel through it, they start at 25,000 miles per hour. And because the friction with the atmosphere is so intense, they end up slowing down from Mach 35 all the way to, by the time they hit the ocean, guys, they are going about 20 miles per hour. And there is a chain of different parachutes that make that possible. I mean, I just found that so damn fascinating, that the human mind was capable of thinking through all of these different problems. And we literally sent somebody, a crew of people around the Earth. They slingshot to the moon, go around the moon, and kind of slingshot back. I mean, it is... I just love it. I just absolutely love it, guys. But let's continue.
Most importantly, choose this moment to challenge this generation and in the next to make sure this record is not long-lived.
This is a relay race.
It takes an army to pull a mission together like this, right? Across all 10 of our centers, all of our commercial partners, the international partners that come together to make this possible.
Again, guys, I am just so inspired by this crew, by this mission. I think it shows us the best of humanity coming together to solve challenging problems. And I mean, just guys, look at this. Look at this image. You've got a spacecraft from NASA, paid for your and my tax dollars, and we are on the far side of the moon, and you can see just a little bit of a crevice or a crescent of the Earth. A little marble just floating in space that contains all of us. It is really wild to actually think about, guys. It's incredible. But I do want to go ahead and move on to the next video. I'm getting a little worked up here. Like I said, guys, this crew was inspiring. And this video put out by NASA is kind of showing you what they call moon joy, which is just the joy that these astronauts were able to exhibit.
It's just everything from the training, but in 3 dimension and absolutely unbelievable. This is incredible.
Kathy Moonjoy.
I definitely see all of the basin of Oriental, Copernicus, easily all in view. This is so awesome.
We look like we're smiling at you, like a little Cheshire cat.
Thank you, guys.
I thought we just caught an ActiWatch sync. If I had my own, I'd sync it with you. Breaking news, at this time, you are go for all types of uses of the toilet.
And the crew rejoices. Thank you.
Yeah, we caught a view of Earth in window 1, and now we're completely distracted for a little bit.
To me, is a great, example of why we go and do these missions. If you can't take love to the stars, then what are we doing?
If you can't take love to the stars, then what are we doing? What are we doing? Pretty cool shit, dude. Pretty cool shit. The last video that I want to show you is of Christina Cook. She gave a speech after Splashdown, after, they got all reacclimated and whatnot. Listen to what she says here about humanity being a crew.
So several years ago, I was giving a speech and I was doing my usual talk about crew and crewmates and teamwork. And someone asked the question, what makes a crew? What is different about a crew than a team? And I was like, I got this. Opened my mouth confidently to tell them everything I knew about being a crewmate. And everything that came out of my mouth was completely without value. I was like, yeah, crews, they're in space and they work together, but they eat together too. So, they're a crew. And boats have crews. You're a crew if you're on a boat. Helps if you have a paddle. That'll be good. That'll make you a crew. But the last 10 days, I've gotten a little bit of a better answer on that question. A crew is people or, a group that is in it all the time, no matter what, that is stroking together every minute with the same purpose, that is willing to sacrifice silently for each other, that gives grace, that holds accountable. A crew has the same cares and the same needs, and a crew is inescapably, beautifully, dutifully linked. So when we saw Tiny Earth, people asked our crew what impressions we had. And honestly, what struck me wasn't necessarily just Earth, it was all the blackness around it. Earth was just this lifeboat hanging undisturbingly in the universe. Uh-oh. So I may have not learned, I know I haven't learned everything that this journey has yet to teach me. But there's one new thing I know, and that is, planet Earth, you are a crew. Yeah. Thank you.
Like I said, guys, these are inspiring people. Sorry if I cued the existential dread, but just think of how special Earth is. How special humanity is. We're literally a floating marble in the middle of nothingness. And we've accomplished some really cool things here. And so I know it's really hard when things are so shit on Earth. I know it's so hard when so many things are so shit here in our country with the wannabe fascist, the fascist in the White House, the wannabe authoritarian in the White House. He's got to suck, like I said, every molecule of oxygen seems to be sucked out of the room by this malignant narcissist. When we, as humanity, we can do great things. And just because we have a petulant little toddler as president who wants all of that attention, who wants to suck all of that oxygen out of the room, I think it's good for us to step back and remember every now and again that we can accomplish great, great things when we come together. And like I said, guys, this crew, first woman into deep space, first person of color into deep space, first non-American past low Earth orbit. I mean, this is humanity at its best. It is humanity at its best. Coming together, working together, more than 61 nations coming together to solve challenging problems. And so I know it's really hard when we've got USAID being cut off. We've got, all of these other bad things that are happening. It's really hard to wonder why it might be a good idea to fund something like NASA. But guys, it only accounts for 0.5% of our federal budget. And on average, on the Apollo mission, I think for every $1 spent, there was $7 to $8 that we got back. I mean, it is an economic boom. NASA is doing great, great things. And so, I mean, for NASA alone, I think it's estimated that for every dollar spent in this space exploration field, we get $40 in economic activity. NASA alone supports 305,000 jobs nationwide and have produced $9.5 billion in federal, state, and local tax revenue. So it is something that we should endeavor to do. Not only because it brings us just fantastic moments like this where we can all share in our shared humanity and we can all admire our shared humanity. But guys, it brought us CAT scans and MRIs, GPS technology, baby formula, the tiny little cameras that are in your phone. All of that came from research that started at NASA. So it is excellent, guys. It is excellent. So I guess my overall point is, even though we have a petulant toddler in the White House who wants to suck all of the oxygen out of the room and make everything about him, we can still do great things as a country, as a people, as a shared humanity. And that is what this mission represented. So I think that's all I got. This one made me emotional, guys. I'm not going to lie. It is pretty fucking cool. So I will leave it there for now, guys. If you guys got anything out of the video and you want to support independent media, please do remember to smash that like button and subscribe. If you are just feeling as pumped as I am today about the Artemis II mission, drop an American flag in the comments below to let me know that you made it this far in the video. If you guys are more interested in getting my content delivered to your inbox every day, you can hit me up over at politiscape.substack.com. You can also sign up over there to help support this work and help me produce these videos for as little as $5 a month. That would be greatly, greatly appreciated. And until the next one, guys, everybody keep that chin up. Everybody stay safe out there. And I will see you on the next one.